Hey everyone, have I here Bruno video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be going over Beast Mode for part 2 of the 9-year anniversary. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So yes, I am pretty late when it comes to going over the details, breaking down these two brand new LRs for the 9-year anniversary. However, this information dropped at 3 o'clock in the morning my time, so I definitely was sound asleep, not waking up for this. And I had a ton of stuff to do for work this morning, so now I'm diving into the details, giving you guys my thoughts, my reactions. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's start with the man of the hour. That's the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR Beast Gohan. We're just gonna call it Beast OP because this isn't a Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. It is just Beast Gohan. It's a unit super attack with Orange Piccolo in the background, and at least I got the type advantage right when I predicted the unit, and we ended up getting an STR Dokkan Festival exclusive LR here. So again, let's dive into the details and make this a little bit bigger just for the beginning portions, and then we'll dive into the full passive. Now, the leader skill here is Superheroes, Bond of Master and Disciple, Miraculous Awakening at 170%, with Entrusted Will and Movie Heroes as a 30% boost for 200%. I'll show you what the units are available for a 200% lead here in a bit. But I think this is a solid leader skill. Superheroes and Movie Heroes put together, you have really the top end units in the game. Then you have Bond of Master's Disciple, has a lot of good combinations in this Miraculous Awakening. Of course, we're gonna get the easy A to the UI Goku, so there you go. This team is going to be very, very strong, if not just the best unit period, or best team period in the game. So I can't wait to really start building those teams and kind of showing you what the options are. So the super attack here, of course, we have three options with the unit super attack, the 18 key and the 12 key. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for one turn, causes colossal damage to enemy for the 12 key. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for 4 turns and causes mega colossal damage to enemy for the 18 key. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for 4 turns and causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and then raises allies' chance of performing a critical hit by 20% and disables enemy action once within the turn. OP if it's a unit super attack. And of course, to activate the unit super attack, you gotta have Piccolo attacking in the same turn. So especially if you're going to be running LROP on with LR Gohan here or LR Beast here, it's going to be ridiculously powerful because you're going to get that additional crit chance and then disables enemy's action once within the turn. That's pretty amazing, right? So let's go ahead and dive into the passive skill here. So the passive skill is even more incredible, this crazy paragraph. It's the passive skill here, and it shout outs to Dokkan Wiki for providing these images. And activates the entrance animation upon entry. You can get +8 to key and a chance of performing a critical hit 40%. Okay, why not? And reduces damage by 40% for 5 turns from the start of the turn. So damage reduction of 40%, and then I'm going to show you where the OP-ness of this unit absolutely is right here. Key +3, attack defense 250%, just unconditional, boom, and then unconditional guard against all attacks. That's right, Gohan is Gohan, and he generally has guard with sometimes conditions, but in this case unconditioned guard and 40% damage reduction for the first 5 turns. Of course, you're going to start building, and this unit's just going to be fine afterwards as well, because on top of that, you're going to get additional 50% to attack if your key is 24, which with the +8 to key is going to be very easy to do. Chance of performing a critical hit +20%, plus an additional defense 80% when receiving an attack if key is 24. So getting key 24 is going to be huge here. Reduces damage by 20%. Oh, and reduces damage by 20%. So, is that unconditional? Is that unconditional? Did I read that right? I gotta double check this real quick. I gotta double check this because this is outrageous if this is unconditional. 1 second. Okay. So yeah, I didn't. So it's additional 80% when receiving an attack if key is 24, and on top of that reduces damage by 20%. So this is combined. When receiving an attack, and if key is 24. So if your key is 24, you're not really taking much damage. 6% damage reduction with guarding. It's outrageous. Plus an additional key plus 1 per key sphere obtained. That's huge, always. Launches additional attack and all allies key plus 3 within the same turn after receiving an attack, plus an additional key plus 1 with each attack received up to 5, and plus an additional attack and chance of performing critical hit 20% with each attack received at the same turn, plus a chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% reduces damage reduction by 20%, and all allies key plus 2 starting from the attack in which turn of the turn that you've done 5 attacks or received 8 attacks during the battle. Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Basically, get to 24 key, right? With a plus 1 a key sphere, with a plus 8 in the first 5 turns, and then this is going to build up to 5, right? You'll lose 3 there, and then you'll gain here once you have plus the 5th attack or 8th attack here, and then your damage reduction 20% once this falls off. So it's not going to be as OP. Great, you know, you're at 24 key and you get 40% damage reduction versus 60% damage reduction, and in rare occasions, right, you're going to be able to get between the 5 turns, get the damage received by 20%, and then let's see, 5th attack. Can you do 5 attacks, and then you're going to get 80% damage mitigation during that time? And I guess there could be an opportunity or receive 8 attacks. That might be tough as well, unless you're fighting a character that has a ton of attacks and you're, you know, capturing it all. But anyway, this passive skill is ridiculous, right? It's damage reduction, it's unrestricted guarding, it's 250% right off the bat. You know, no build up, it's just right there. The stats are fairly good. It's basically 20,000 in HP and attack above 20,000 and 15,000 in defense. Yeah, I'm calling it LROP Beast or Beast OP. OP is absolutely the case here. Yeah, it's broken. Oh, by the way, it does have a condition that you're able to run. Let me put it here. You have an active skill. By the way, you have an active skill too, on top of this, and it's the taunt mechanic, right? It's the new mechanic in the 9-year anniversary that Gogeta has. So it can be activated starting from the next turn after receiving an attack. So you can get this after turn 1, and you can just do it turn 2, turn 3, whatever turn you're in. And then you get key plus 24, attack defense 158%, intercepts all the attacks, right? So you can do this right away. And then you get this build up here, right? You get this build up because you'll get probably more than 8 attacks during the battle, and then you get this all boosted up. So do you have to do it right away, or you can save it? You can save it, right? This is the great thing about this active skill here. You can say, you know what, I don't want to use this quite yet. My current fight really doesn't need this benefit yet, but once, you know, maybe the 5th turn has happened, I'm just going to go ahead and boost myself up. We can do that, or you can just go ahead and do the 5 attacks and take the 8 attacks during those 5 turns, or maybe a turn afterwards, and you are just fine. It's just an incredible active skill. It's not like 4 turns, 5 turns, 6 turns. It's right after you receive an attack. Ultimately, just you know, if they just start continuing to build units like this, I cannot believe what the 10-year anniversary is going to look like, right? So, Link skills, all in the family, Saiyan warrior race, Infighter, shock and speed, prepare for battle, fierce battle, legendary power, and a ton of categories. Do I even need to go through all of them? Every single one of these categories are going to be built up with this unit here. Just put this unit on here because there's no really restrictions, right? There's no, hey, you have to have 2 superhero units on the team. The only restriction is if you have a Piccolo on the team, you're going to get that unit super attack, which is going to give your allies 20% to crit. Yeah, this guy's a beast. Here's the thing, you don't want to dodge either, right? That's why I have this damage mitigation guard, because you want to get the 8 attacks in. Yeah, you're just additional attack. You know, if you want to boost up defense, you want to boost up attack. Yeah, this guy's broken. This guy's broken. Anyway, okay, let's look at the team that you can run with superheroes, Bottom Master Disciple, Miraculous Awakening. And here you go. So here are the LRs that you can use here, right? So those are the LRs. Of course, you're going to use Gogeta. You have a domain unit in the future Gohan on this. You're going to use that guy as a floater probably. because when you EZA MUI Goku, you're probably going to run that on a main rotation. And of course, you're going to run LROP in the main rotation and get the unit super attack. Oh boy, or you're going to run STR Piccolo to get the unit super attack on main rotation. And then you have MUI Goku, you have future Gohan as floaters. Are you kidding me? And then we'll talk about the Gammas. You can run those as a support on this team. Oh boy. Okay, so you have a bunch of TURs on the other end, and then you have a few more units down here as well. Not really relevant units in this piece right here. But then let's look at some other units on the TUR side. Let's see. Yeah, not much. AGL Gogeta, Tech Trunks. Yeah, not much. You don't need much. You don't need much of anything else. Yeah, not much TURs are overly useful. You don't have Godku on here. Oh, no, you do. You have Goku. I'm sorry. You have Physical Goku on here. You can run Physical Goku as a floater. You have run the Gammas as separate support. Dude, this team is outrageous. This team is outrageous. Best team in the game, period. Superheroes. And on top of that, we haven't even talked about then the transition into the Gammas. Right? So the Gammas are, unfortunately, superhero category lead. So it's basically superheroes. Superheroes, 200%. So this can run basically on this team here. It just doesn't have it because it hasn't been updated. But let's look at this unit, which is, again, a very, very good unit. Let's make this bigger. Actually, I'll just make this bigger here for really quick, and I'll move it up. 12 key super attack, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy, and then the 18 key greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage. Nothing special on the super attacks. Here's where it gets interesting, right? The passive and the standby, right? So this is a standby carnival unit. You have key +3, attack and defense 125%, which might seem low, but they said, you know, when your HP is 30% or more, you get the additional 125%, so 250%, and +6 the key. So just don't fall below 30%, or this unit can be very, very bad. This is a crazy support unit, right? Superheroes, join forces, defender of justice category, allies, key +3, attack and defense 50%. So super strong as a support unit, especially for superheroes. This is a must run. Chance of performing critical hit 30% and launches additional super attack. You use this with Beast Gohan, you know, that unit's going to give you an additional crit chance, especially if you're running on your main rotation with Piccolo and getting that additional 20% as a different ally. This is you're critting everywhere on this team. Let's see, launches additional attack up to 2 times within a turn, which is limited there per int key sphere obtained. Chances of performing critical hit 12%. I think you got more crit chance here. Launches additional attack and has a great chance to become super attack up to 2 times within a turn. It's interesting how they mentioned that. And then per AGL or key sphere obtained. So I guess if you get one, you get a chance. So okay. So up to 2 times within a turn. So if you capture an AGL orb or 2 AGL orbs, you have 2 chances. That's what it's telling me here. That's broken. It's broken. Plus an additional attack defense 50% and reduces damage by 30% starting from the turn the character performs the 3rd attack in the battle, which should be fairly easy to do. So that first turn is going to be a little bit tough because you don't have any damage mitigation. So you do have to watch out in that first turn there. But once you get those 3 attacks in, you're good to go. Would have been nice to have like a little bit of damage mitigation and then maybe boost it up to like 15% and then additional 15% after the 3rd attack. But that's fine. Anyway, standby skill. So this is a standby unit here. Standbys for 4 turns. During a charge count will increase per attack performed ally. So your allies are really boosting up the standby here and can be activated when 70% or less and can be activated after performing 3 or more attacks during the battle. And that's this piece right there. Link's skills. Do I go this now? I might as well go through it now. Link's skills: Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero Justice. It's not very good Link's skills, right? So that's why having this as a support unit, that's good enough. And it's on a ton of different categories as well, right? More so than just Gamma 1 or Gamma 2. standalone, you have extra ones on here as well, especially join forces and things of that nature. This is seeming another valuable unit. Definitely not as good as Beast Gohan, but a very, very strong support unit. And when your support unit can do damage and can have some decent defense as well, especially here in the standby, now that's what we're talking about. So the standby here, fortunately, you can still attack, right? I'm not a really big fan of those units that you can't attack when you go on the standby, but raises attack defense for 1 turn, and then raises attack defense for 1 turn and causes mega cost damage to enemy, and raises allies defense by 50% for 1 turn. But you're not going to run this in first position, so that really doesn't matter. Passive skill, it does just boost up to 250%, right? Key plus 6, attack defense 250%. Now you start talking about reduces damage by 50%. That's huge. Plus an additional attack defense 50% when attacking. Superhero. Here's what I would love about this. When you go standby, you don't lose the support. I hate it when you are running this as a support unit and then all of a sudden you transform or you go standby, you do something, and oops, you don't get support anymore. So this holds true. The support benefit goes throughout. So chance of performing critical hit 30%, launches additional super attack up to 2 times per key sphere obtained, and then again the chance of performing critical hit 12, launches additional attack rate, chance of coming super attack 2 times with per AGL or STR key sphere obtained. So pretty cool that they kind of highlighted that on their int with the class, and then these extra ones on here. Really, really nice. So finishing attack here, raises attack by 100% temporarily per charge count. So remember, the allies need to do a bunch of attacks here, and then causes super ultimate damage to the enemy and stuns them for 1 turn. Depends if they can get stunned or not. And then exchanges into Gamma 1. And then once you exchange into Gamma 1, the unit changes, but not that much. So basically what the finishing attack here is Gamma 2, the sacrifice. It's an incredible animation. Go ahead and check out the animations. I did post those on my page this morning. It looks incredible. And so once you become Gamma 1, which I don't have like the card art for it, but once you become Gamma 1, your super attack, your 12 key, raises attack defense, causes cost damage enemy. And here's where it's really, really strong here. Once you go standby and go Gamma 1, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega class damage, and then raises super class allies by 50% for 2 turns. So this is hugely beneficial here. Now, since you're generally running this as a support unit. So again, passive skill here, you do drop down a little bit, right? So key plus 3, attack defense 150%, reduces damage by 15% versus 50. Plus an additional key plus 3, additional 150%, and reduces damage by 50% when HP is 30% or more. So that portion of the passive comes back again with a 30% or more, which you're going to be fine. On this team, you're going to be fine. No issues there. Plus an additional attack defense 50% when attacking. And then the support is still there, huge, and then everything else. Here's where it changes here. So changes AGLs to int key spheres. So that's a change. Because of course AGL is, Gamma 2 is no longer there, and then chance of performing critical hit 20% up to of course 100%, and reduces damage by 10% up to 50% per int key spheres or STR key spheres obtained. So that's huge, right? Even though the damage reduction is down to 15% here, if your HP is above 30%, you get additional 15%, and you have damage reduction based off of key orbs. So if you get another up to 50%, so if you get 50% plus 30%, you have 80% once you're done with a standby. So yeah, very, very, very strong. Easily the best support unit in the game if you're running this for superheroes, join forces, or defender of justice. Yeah, it's widely powerful, especially on the superhero team, which is going to be, it's just unbeatable. If you have these units, you are going to be unbeatable, right? If you are running the Blue Gogeta, if you're the Carnival Blue Gogeta, you're going to be running the STR Carnival Future Gohan, the LROP, the EZA MUI Goku, this unit here, the Gammas, Beast Gohan, it's done. You're done. Game over. So they literally, in the 9-year anniversary, created a team that's going to pretty much run you through till the 10-year anniversary. I don't know what they're going to do in the 10-year anniversary if this is what they're showing us in the 9-year anniversary. Pretty hype, pretty wild. Let me know in the comment section below. You guys now know my reaction, know how I feel about these units. Just, it seems like everybody feels the same way. These are absolutely overpowered and the best units in the game here. So 9-year anniversary coming strong. Absolutely beast mode here. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.